Hello everyone and welcome back to Adventures of WellUmMe, and today we've got another Game of Day video discussion. And today's video is going to be on Battalion Wars for the GameCube. This is one of those games that I picked up because it looked great, and I heard a couple of people talk about it, and I'd read a magazine review, I think, at the time, about this game. And when I finally did find it at the store, I was just like, I have to get this. And it was one of those ones where I got it in a multi-pack. It was, you know, the buy two get one free kind of deals. And that's kind of where I kind of got this one. And it's a kind of like a action real-time strategy type game. I don't know what that type of game is technically called. It is a strategy type game where you're moving your characters to certain positions and then getting them to attack or defend and get to your target and whatnot. Yeah, kind of like Valkyria Chronicles. That's kind of the only other game that I know that's somewhat similar to it. I don't know if it actually describes in here the type of game it is, but it is one of those games that I had played plenty of. No, it doesn't say this is a something game. It just says action controls. It's a military combat type game where you're, you know, moving your units around trying to achieve a goal, whether it's destroy something, take, you know, capture the flag, some area, or whatnot. But you have like this, not chibi, but it's kind of like cartoonish kind of characters in an army, essentially. You get your tanks, you get like infantrymen, you get helicopters, I believe, all different things. And yeah, you practically just have to go through, and then towards the end becomes like some super powered villain that appears, but that's like every type of game has some weird twist in it sometimes, I reckon. I don't know where I'm going with that. It's got a weird twist at the end, I think, from memory, where there was someone that ended up super powered and you had to take them down. I remember getting stuck on this level towards the end of the story. But it was something I had a lot of fun with at the time, and I like the Valkyria Chronicles games as well. Recently purchased the remastered one on the Switch, and yeah, those type of games where you move your units a certain amount of distance and you spend a certain amount of energy to do your attacks, like, I like that. I've always found them interesting, and then like the tactical kind of bits between it, and I've always had a thing for the snipers in those, like getting a whole lot of snipers on my team and moving them into the positions and then, you know, hunting down the enemy that way. Not always a good idea, because sometimes you need like artillery, and sometimes you just need someone with a machine gun. But I did enjoy this game a lot when I was playing it, and I like those. I guess I like kind of that tactical aspect where you've got to plan the moves, and you kind of know where the difficulty is going to be before you get there, because you see the damage that you're taking from other units, and you see how far your units can go, and you know you're going to lose some along the way. I like that kind of thing in video games. I guess that's kind of like, I like things like Age of Empires, but sometimes they're frustrating because it's just constant go, 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 go. Whereas this type of strategy game, there's a little bit more breathing room, I believe, in terms of just the general speed of the enemy. Because I think that's my main issue that I have with a lot of strategy games or real-time strategy games, is that as you're playing through, if you're playing anything above like that kind of normal baseline difficulty, the enemy just seems to be able to throw all these resources into it, and you get left behind. At least playing, you know, against computer. Playing against other people, it's a bit different because everyone's strategy is different in its own right. So it's one of those things where because you don't always have the opportunity to play against other people, you play against the computer, and then that just gets frustrating more than anything else. This is only a single player game, so you've got, very limited ways to change up the game, I guess. But you play through the story and that, and play through the levels, learning different strategies along the way with different units, and you get to a point where you can actually get pretty good at the game. And yeah, I think it's something that I'd actually like to play again if I can get something hooked up to the TV, whether it's the Wii or if I end up purchasing a new GameCube or something, to play some more of it. There is a Battalion Wars 2 that came out on the Wii, I believe. I never owned it, and I think it is a little bit expensive compared to some of the other games that I'd go out and, just buy straight off eBay. I'm trying to remember if my brother had it, or if he borrowed it from someone, or he knew someone that had it, because I remember seeing a copy of it at some point that didn't belong to us. But, I could have always wished that it was mine. But I haven't played the second one, and I think I would like to at some point, just to see kind of where that one sits in terms of comparison to this one, if they improved it or if they kind of botched it up a little bit, because they didn't make a number 3. I guess I kind of wish that they would have made a number about Battalion Wars 3 on the Wii U at the time, or at least now on the Switch, but nothing come of it yet. But yeah, I just keep reading this thing on the back of this case. It says, "Cry havoc and let slip the dogs of war." Battalion Wars blazes onto the Nintendo GameCube with a platoon of real-time strategy action. Whether you're hoofing it across the plains as a lone infantryman or commanding an entire platoon from atop an armored tank, the challenge is real and the mission is critical. You have never played a real-time strategy title like this before. I think one thing, especially with consoles, is real-time strategy games are generally designed to be played like with a computer, like a PC, and a lot of them do struggle with the controls. So this one, I think, operates a little bit better than a lot of the other ones that I've attempted to play on consoles before. But I think all it comes down to is the pacing is a little bit different. You've got more time to think about things in between moving your characters from memory. I think that was the main thing that came there, because you kind of get to move them to a certain spot, and while they're moving you can go back and pick other units to do different things with. Whereas I've always found more of that traditional like Age of Empires real-time strategy game, the movement is generally very quick, so you do have to kind of almost like hotkey between areas or use the mini-map to click between areas, whereas a lot of the times in these types of games, when they're on consoles, you don't get the ability to move quick between different spots on the map. It's a little bit harder, so I really have to check this game out again. Kind of wish I remembered more of it, or wish I had a little bit more information about it, because I remember having fun playing it, but unfortunately I just don't remember a huge amount to do with it. I just remember at the time I really wanted to get it, and it was kind of, it's really the only real-time strategy type game I've played on console and successfully enjoyed for a long period of time, where I haven't gotten frustrated with the controls. So that was a whole lot of rambling. I feel like I said so many contradicting statements in that in this video, but that's that. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you did, please hit that like button and consider subscribing to see more content coming your way. Have a great day, and I'll catch you next time.